Good evening and welcome to BeeTv News Weekend File. On the cover page, APC Governor Forum concludes strategic meeting in Edo, reaffirm commitment to President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The governors also acknowledge the resignation of the national chairman of the party, His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, saying that it is in tandem with the party's continued evolution. Also on the cover page, over 1,300 women receives grants of 50,000 naira each from the member representing Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast Federal Constituency, Honorable Prince Henry Ojanose Okoje. Also, the Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Dahosa, has urged youths in the state to tap into the 2 million naira startup grant provided by the state government under the Edo Youth Impact Forum. And finally, on the cover page, Edo State Task Force cracked down on unlicensed sand excavation in Iguoma community of the Bini Auchi bypass.
A reassessment of the subnational role in national transformation and an affirmation of the Forum's commitment to the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
I believe by the grace of God, 5 out of you will also emerge as winners.
If people are going to seal it now, they should come to meet us in our office. Bring their own documents. Bring their own documents. Permit them to.
Again, good evening. Thank you for joining us on BeeTv Weekend News 5. My name is Best Orator. And now to the news in detail. The Progressive Governors Forum on Saturday, 28 June 2025, concluded a 2-day strategic regional meeting in Benin City, the Edo State capital, hosted by the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo. Governors of the All Progressives Congress engaged in deep reflection on the nation's socio-economic direction and reaffirmed their unwavering commitment to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The report. In a communique issued at the close of the meeting, read by the chairman of the Progressive Governor Forum and Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma, the forum highlighted key outcomes and resolutions from the gathering. The meeting provided a crucial platform to harmonize development strategies, reaffirm the forum's dedication to people-centered development, institutional accountability, and intergovernmental collaboration. A significant highlight of the meeting was the formal welcome of His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State. The forum noted that Governor Eno's decision, along with his supporters, reflects a growing national consensus on the transformative policies being executed by President Tinubu's administration. The Progressive Governor Forum congratulated President Tinubu and his team, commending the widespread endorsement of the policies across all states led by the forum. A comprehensive appraisal of the nation's economy, social, security, and political trajectory was undertaken by members of the forum. The governors expressed satisfaction with the renewed coordination between federal and state institutions, particularly the prioritization of fiscal reform, food security, energy transition, infrastructural modernization, and social sector revitalization. The pledge continued alignment with national objectives in line with the principles of constitutional federalism.
The Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, convened its meeting in Benin City, Edo State, on 27th and 28th June 2025. The strategic engagement provided an opportunity for deep reflection on the nation's socio-economic direction, a reassessment of the subnational role in national transformation, and an affirmation of the Forum's commitment to the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. The forum formally welcomed His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, to the forum. His decision, along with the teeming supporters from his state, reflect the growing national consensus on the transformative policies being executed under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The PGF noted that this widening of the progressive family is not only politically symbolic, but strategically consequential, as it signals a consolidation of reformist leadership across the South-South region. Forum congratulates Mr. President and his team, as well as commends the widespread endorsement across all fora, led by the Progressive Governors Forum.
Acknowledging the effectiveness of macroeconomic stabilization policies such as fuel subsidy removal, exchange rate unification, and debt rationalization, the forum expressed support for a strategic pivot towards social equity and inclusive prosperity. The governors emphasized that while economic indicators show signs of recovery, growth must be further democratized through expanded investment in food security, job creation, poverty eradication, SMEs, and social safety nets. The forum reaffirmed the critical role of sub-national governments as engines for economic renewal, committed to deepen economic decentralization in line with Section 13 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which mandates all levels of government to promote the welfare of the people. The Progressive Governor Forum welcomed the increase in fiscal transfers to states and the growing investor confidence in Nigeria's economic outlook, noting that multiple APC-led states are now attracting significant domestic and foreign direct investment.
The forum undertook a comprehensive appraisal of the economic, social, security and political trajectory of the nation. Members expressed satisfaction with the renewed coordination between the federal and state institutions, particularly the prioritization of fiscal reforms, food security, energy transition, infrastructural modernization, and social sector revitalization. The governors pledged the continued alignment with national objectives in line with preservation of our constitutional federalism.
On security and national stability, the forum commended security agencies and ongoing efforts to counter criminality and safeguard national sovereignty. The governors reaffirmed their support for inter-agency coordination, community policing, and grassroots intelligence system, calling for greater investment in surveillance, infrastructure, and the welfare of frontline personnel. The PGF expressed condolences to families affected by insecurity, particularly in Benue and Niger states, and reaffirmed its collective resolve to support the president's national security architecture, commending recent actions and a visit to Benue State. The communique also highlighted the indispensable roles of local government and community structures in service delivery and democratic inclusion, emphasizing the need for reinvigorated grassroots governance. Regarding leadership cohesion and party renewal, the PGF recognized the recent influx of governors, National Assembly members, and other key stakeholders into the APC as a clear affirmation of public confidence in the party's leadership model and the renewed hope agenda. The resignation of the national chairman of the party, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, was acknowledged as being in tandem with the party's continued evolution. The PGF reaffirmed its strong belief in a united, just, and prosperous Nigeria, committing to work collaboratively to deliver bold reforms, strengthen institutional trust, and accelerate socio-economic development across all geopolitical zones.
The forum recognized the indispensable role of local governments and community structures in service delivery and democratic inclusion. The forum commends our security agencies, as well as the ongoing efforts in countering criminality and safeguarding national sovereignty. Governors reaffirmed their support for interagency coordination, community policing, and grassroots intelligence systems. The forum encouraged all Nigerians, home and abroad, to rally behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR and APC as the nation moves towards a more secure, inclusive, and forward-looking future. This remains the communique issued today, 28 June 2025, arising from the strategic meeting of Nigerian Progressive Governors Forum.
The forum encouraged all Nigerians, both at home and in diaspora, to rally behind President Bola Tinubu and the APC as the nation moves towards a more secured, inclusive, and forward-looking future. At the conclusion of the press briefing, Governor Hope Uzodinma announced the sad news of the death of Alhaji Aminu Dantata from Kano State, a revered national leader, and called for a minute of silence in his honor. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. Acting National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Honorable Ali Bukar Dalori, has vowed to strengthen internal cohesion within the party and ensure transparent preparations for the upcoming convention. He was speaking after he was sworn in this weekend following the resignation of former National Chairman Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje from the position. In his brief remarks after taking the oath, Dalori emphasized unity, discipline, and inclusiveness as the cornerstones of his leadership. Until now, the new national chairman was the deputy national chairman north of the party. He will be in office pending the meeting of the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the party to be summoned to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Ganduje. The swearing-in ceremony held at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja was attended by members of the National Working Committee, state party leaders, and other top stakeholders. Dalori, a grassroots politician from Borno State, is widely seen as a calm and strategic leader. He has played key roles in the APC's internal negotiations and reconciliation efforts since the 2023 general election. His elevation to the top party position is being interpreted by analysts as a move that could restore internal balance and prepare the APC for upcoming off-cycle governorship polls and the 2027 election. Ganduje, in a farewell message, thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and members of the party for the opportunity to serve. And now to other stories. The executive director of I Am Human Foundation, Shelima Abusi of the African Union, has paid a courtesy visit to the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, at Government House in Benin City. The visit was part of an advocacy mission focused on improving the welfare, rights, and empowerment of women in Edo State. The report.
I'm a human rights advocate, a philanthropist, and a representative for the African Union. And I'm very grateful to be here today. We are embarking on a journey of women empowerment.
During the visit, Ms. Shalima Abusi, Executive Director, I Am Human Foundation, commended the state government's commitment to inclusive governance and women-focused development programs. She expressed the foundation's willingness to partner with the Edo State government on initiatives that will directly benefit vulnerable women in semi-urban areas within the district. The courtesy visit also served as an opportunity to introduce ongoing campaigns targeting gender equality, women's health, education, and economic empowerment by her foundation.
I'm the founder of I Am Human Foundation. I'm a human rights advocate, a philanthropist, and a representative for the African Union. And I'm very grateful to be here today. We are embarking on a journey of women empowerment here in Nigeria. We did a program today and yesterday for the women of Edo North. That was how I chose to celebrate my birthday, give back to the community and empower women. All that is out there, especially in the West, is not what it truly is. And with the position that I hold and my love for Africa, I feel responsible to show the world that Nigeria and Africa is more than what the media is portraying. We have to change the narrative, and it starts with us. So thank you for adding those remarks, because it is extremely important for the world to see the warm, welcoming, and loving people here in Nigeria and what the government and yourself are doing for the people of Nigeria.
Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, received the delegation warmly and expressed appreciation for the foundation's interest in Edo State, particularly in Edo North Senatorial District. He highlighted the state's existing programs geared toward female empowerment, maternal health, and skills development. He further welcomed collaboration with reputable international organizations to expand the scope and impact of those interventions.
Let me welcome you and your team to Edo State to let you know that the state is a very significant state in Nigeria and Africa at large. empowerment you did yesterday in Edo North. We also want you to know that what you are hearing about Nigeria is not what you are seeing. I want you to take the message back home. Let them know that they can come and dwell here, do business here, and invest here. Thank you for coming and God bless you.
The visit concludes with a commitment from both parties to explore joint programming that will enhance the visibility and support for women in Edo State. Community-based engagement, policy alignment, and sustainable project models were emphasized as strategic pillars for long-term partnership. The I Am Human Foundation's presence in Edo State is expected to boost advocacy for women's rights and complement government efforts in advancing gender-responsive development across the region. In attendance were the Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Senator Comrade Adams Eric Oshomole, Edo State Deputy Governor Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Secretary to Edo State Government Barrister Musa Ihilo, Chief of Staff to the Governor Alhaji Gani Audu. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. The member representing Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast Federal Constituency of the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje, on Friday empowered over 1,300 market women in his constituency with a sum of 50,000 naira grants each. The Women Grant Empowerment is part of Honorable Odianose Okoje's effort to support their business and to mark his 2 years in office as a federal lawmaker in the 10th National Assembly. A joyous atmosphere filled Uromi Town Hall in Eastern Northeast local government area of Edo State as over 1,300 women from the 10 wards of Eastern Southeast local government and 11 wards of Eastern Northeast local government areas converged for the disbursement of business support grants to them, courtesy of the member representing Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje. In a remark, Honorable Prince Odi Okoje, speaking in Eastern language, appreciated his constituents for their unwavering support, noting that over 1,300 of them will benefit from the grant empowerment of 50,000 naira each to boost their business.
I solicited for your vote. And I and you all came out to support me.
We'll bring the full story subsequently. Moving on, the Cross River State government has flagged off the construction of a new police station in the Calabar South area of the state, a move aimed at addressing rising criminal activity in the area. The project under Governor Bassey Otu's People First Agenda priorities, security and infrastructure for safer communities. Speaking on behalf of the governor, the chief of staff said the initiative aims to restore public confidence and improve policing. The Calabar South Council Chairman pledged full support for the project and youth empowerment program. The new station will include offices, staff quarters, and the patrol unit to ensure rapid response and reduce crime. And back to tap into the 2 million naira startup.
It's not just about constructing a building.
It is about laying the foundation for peace and justice. It's about rebuilding the trust between the people and the system. It is also ensuring that our mother can sleep. Our mothers here in Anantara can sleep without fear. Our children can dream without threat. And our young people can live without falling prey to cultism, crime, and insecurity.
So not building the station is for them to have the manpower, people that will work here, because substations now, you see, there are just few policemen.
We have been policing the community through our visibility policing initiative, and we'll still continue to do that. And immediately the station is completed, I believe the Inspector General of Police will direct for the men to be deployed for operational and administrative duties.
And now back to Edo State. The Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, has urged youths in the state to tap into the 2 million naira startup grant provided by the state government under the Edo Youth Impact Forum. Idahosa stated this when he monitored participants of the incubation class under the Edo State Youth Impact Forum grant. Let's now join BeeTv News God's Gift Omone for details.
The Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, mentored participants of the incubation class under the Edo Youth Impact Forum grant. Addressing the young entrepreneurs at the John Odige Oyegun Public Service Academy, the Deputy Governor emphasized the need for youths to repackage themselves for the evolving business space in order to make meaningful contributions to the local economy, leveraging the 2 million naira startup grant provided by the Edo State government. The Edo Youth Impact Forum is a government-sponsored initiative designed to equip youths with valuable skills in business, craftsmanship, and the digital space to prepare them for the future. This initiative reflects the state government's vision to build a self-sustaining, youth-driven economy across Edo.
We are here as a government to encourage the youth of Edo State. It is clear that in any society to strive, the youth has to be creative. And you have done very well. We are all proud of you. So I believe by the grace of God, 5 out of you will also emerge as winners. But the most important thing to us as a government is that we are so proud of you for contributing towards the sustainability and development of our state.
The Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, urged the youth to push beyond limitations and implement all they have learned during the program. He reaffirmed the government's unwavering commitment to youth empowerment and economic growth in Edo State.
We are here as a government to encourage you and to support you. And ultimately, we have our brother here, Kizito, and we are both youth. He is playing a very critical role in this government. And as a deputy governor that is less than 45 years of age, so I'm also a so this man hope and dream that out of the participants that are here become the Dangotes and the $10 of our government.
The boot camp was organized by Kizito Ukwebulo, Special Advisor to the Governor on Finance, Investment and Revenue Generation, who presented the participants to the Deputy Governor for motivation, support and mentorship. God's Gift Omone, reporting for BeeTv News.
As part of effort to safeguard the health of children and adults in the state, the Edo State government have commenced the vaccination program against polio and diphtheria disease across various healthcare centers in the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State. BeeTv News' Freema Osawe, who monitored the vaccination program in Oedo and Ego local government areas respectively, reports that the exercise was smooth.
At Divine Care Dental Hospital, Christ Medical Center, and Edo Maternity in Oredo local government area where the vaccination exercise took place, some children were vaccinated while others arrived at various health centers with their children to get them vaccinated. Parents expressed gratitude to the Edo State government for carrying out the vaccination exercise to protect their children against polio and diphtheria disease.
So I was trying to give them since 2 weeks ago. I was hearing some information that is not good, Yeah, but people have been taking it. I will give my son, because any stone that you see that is coming will not blind you. So that is why I scheduled this date and bring them to come and give them the vaccine.
When we came into this hospital, I think a particular nurse, I don't know her name, she called us and she introduced me that there's a particular vaccine that they are giving to the age between 1 to 14. Against what? Diphtheria. So, I have to, women, they are very powerful. They are powerful force. I have to ask my wife if she will allow her children to take it. Immediately I brought the suggestion before her, she said fine, the children should take it.
Had a good compliance from parents and the children too, so far I've not had any refusal.
The acting chairman of Oredo Local Government Council, Mrs. Evu Ameobo, said the vaccination program to eradicate polio and diphtheria disease was flagged off on Friday, 27th, at the council secretariat and is still in progress. She thanked the state governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for prioritizing the health of the children.
Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for giving me this opportunity to serve in Oredo Local Government Council. The diphtheria disease, that is vaccination. So yesterday was the flag off. But it was carried out in the office.
Focal ward personnel in charge of the various vaccination centers, Mrs. Ahano Ewanta and Mrs. Isoken Zeko, said the exercise has been smooth and compliance are commendable.
First of all, the level of compliance for today is okay. So they are complying, and mothers are also bringing their children 5 to 14 years for the diphtheria vaccination, and we are doing that alongside with the OPV vaccination.
Parents are bringing their children for immunization. And this place is a feast post. At least for today, I think she has recorded about 47 children being immunized.
Meanwhile, at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, the process, we were told, also went on smoothly, even though as at the time of visit, the vaccination exercise had ended. The ward focal person in charge of vaccination center at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Stella Oko, said the process has been so far successful and the turnout has also been impressive. She further said the vaccination will continue.
It has been very okay because of this outbreak of diphtheria. We are really cooperating. Most of my participants.
The vaccination exercise is still ongoing across the state. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And back to our earlier report. The member representing Esan Northeast and Esan Southeast Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Prince Henry Odianoso Okoje, on Friday empowered over 1,300 market women in his constituency with a 50,000 naira grant each. The Women Grant Empowerment is part of Honorable Odianoso Okoje's efforts to support their business and to mark his 2 years in office as a federal lawmaker in the 10th National Assembly. The report. A joyous atmosphere filled Uromi Town Hall in Esan Northeast local government area of Edo State as over 1,300 women from the 10 wards of Esan Southeast local government and 11 wards of Esan Northeast local government areas converged for the disbursement of business support grants to them, courtesy of the member representing Esan Northeast and Esan Southeast Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje. In a remark, Honorable Prince Odi Okoje, speaking in Esan language, appreciated his constituents for their unwavering support, noting that over 1,300 of them will benefit from the grant empowerment of 50,000 naira each to boost their business.
I solicited for your vote. And I you all came out to support me. And I don't know about any campaign. Only voting us and that campaign. And what you vote. Vote for the vote. Everybody is voting backward. You're not going to know anything. And there was telling you people that if you support me to get to Abuja, and I'm ready for network, I read Turkey, and then for me go to our you are a 25 and kilo akadoke. I know what target. I'm ready. My target. I saw what I'll buy. Papa Bobo. Ready for? I'm not for hey. I know some back to the corner. Do you want to move along? Only I got my leg from Abuja.
Some APC leaders in Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast local government areas praised Honorable Prince Henry Odi Okoje for the empowerment program as they offered heartfelt prayers for him and pledged their continued support for his office.
I decree and I declare any power that want to stop the joy of our son, as we are celebrating with him today, any devil that is not happy, whether in the water, whether in the cover, whether in the sea, like a bush, Rekabasata Yamaha, Holy God! Yes.
On behalf of Rumi Community Association of Nigeria, we say thank you, and God bless you.
Women will be subject to authority. Amen. Women will be subject to authority. Children will be subject to authority. Amen. As you speak, men will honor you. Your peace will not be thrown under the carpet. Amen.
High point was the presentation of 50,000 naira each to over 1,300 women by the member representing Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast Federal Constituency, Honorable Prince Henry Odi Okoje.
2, Jimon Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The excited beneficiaries expressed gratitude to the federal lawmaker for empowering them as they prayed for God's blessings upon him and his family, noting that the 50,000 naira will go a long way in improving their business.
Give us 50,000 naira more to the trade market. God will bless her. Up, like will go in Jesus' name.
I thank Odi Okoje for giving me 50,000 naira. This money will reach me to do what I want to do.
This is a government I ever see. Since I was born, I've never experienced all these things before. So this man will live long and be prosper in Jesus' name. Ojanose Okoje, he will be above that stage he is now. God will bless him. He will prosper him. In the name of Jesus.
Empowerment. Prince Odi Okoje just gave to the women to empower them. I say God bless him and God continue to promote him from this position he is to a higher position.
So ebimemiewo igeni sawe ni megeni obo. Egongon no leti ma ni mare bare me na mio bobo. So na kemio hello ni me ma expect ni me mio bobo. Me na go be no ire lo na me ekpen wi gan mi. Okay, nyemi so odun nyemi so ya me Upa babinyami so mama no dani me bile mama we gbe so to anyu no labo.
In an interview, Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje expressed gratitude to God for the privilege to serve his constituents, saying that the 50,000 naira grant empowerment was part of his efforts to help support their business and also as part of activities marking his 2 years in office. Okoje said he holds the mandate of the people in high esteem and he remains committed to facilitating more impactful initiatives and projects to the federal constituency.
Like I always say, I was born and raised up in this community. You know, and growing up for me, it wasn't, bed of roses for me. It wasn't rosy. Then when I stepped into politics, my promise to my people was that the people of the downtrodden would be the first of my priorities. And during the course of my campaign, I assured them, especially the women in my community, that especially the ones who are into trading, I told them I was going to assist them with some money to help their trade. And that is what we are doing here today. We are reaching out to about 1,500 women. Although some people criticize it that 50,000 is too small. But I can assure you that 50,000 is a lot of money, especially for people who does petty trading. There are some people in this community who trade with just 10,000 naira. Imagine those people, you give them 50,000. You see the joy in their faces. You see the joys in their faces. They are praying for me and they are happy because I've been able to assist them with their trade. This is just the middle of the 4 years. I have 4 years to complete my tenure. This is just the beginning of good things to come. In the other half, to complete the 4 years in office, I know that quite a lot of things will be done.
Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje's 2 years in office celebration continues with more empowerment programs for the constituents. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. That was indeed a mega empowerment program. Congratulations to Honorable Prince Henry Odianose Okoje. You're still watching BeeTv News at 6, where we return. Edo State Task Force on illegal mining cracked down on illegal miners in Benin. Details of this and more when we come back. Stay with us.
It's finally here, the day we've all been waiting for. The coronation ceremony of His Royal Majesty Michael Eshoronoya Olonufemi Sado, the Okwelagbe of Okwela Kingdom. Join us live on July 5th, 2025 at the Ebeva Primary School, Okube Okwela, Edo State, as we witness the coronation ceremony of our King, His Royal Majesty Engineer Michael Eshoronoya Olonufemi Sado, the Okwelagbe of Okwela Kingdom. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo, Executive Governor of Edo State. Signed, High Chief Hansen Aimofume, Chairman Planning Committee. For inquiries, call 0803-360-7379. Barrister Akuri Afegwa, Palace Secretary. Long live the King. Our glory is back.
All roads leads to Okwela on 5th of July 2025. And I'm moving on. The Edo State Task Force on illegal mining, under the supervision of the Ministry of Mining and led by its chairman, Comrade Okpame Bello, has carried out a decisive enforcement operation in Igwomo community off the Benin Auchi bypass, targeting widespread illegal sand mining activities. The operation was aimed at halting unapproved sand excavation activities and issuing a clear warning to operators violating mining regulations in the state. The task force team led by the chairman, Comrade Okpame Bello, moved into the area following reports of uncontrolled excavation operations that had exceeded designated land boundaries. These activities were found to be taking place without proper license or documentation, raising serious environmental and legal concerns. During the enforcement, the task force identified several excavation sites that were operating without government approval. Investigations revealed that these sites had expanded beyond their permitted zones, contributing contributing to the destruction of roads, blockade of access routes, and general degradation of the community environment. The task force took immediate action to halt operations at the illegal sites. Operators were instructed to cease activities and report to the Ministry of Mining with valid documentation. Those without proper permits face the risk of site closure and legal consequences.
The land will keep on collapsing. What is left is not up to 40 feet.
You can see. So the issue now is that we are not going to take this easy, because when it is happening, we're going to affect the community, and even the road is going to be damaged. The road is already damaged now. You can see what is happening here now. So now, if people are going to seal it now, they should come to meet us in our office. Bring their own documents. Bring their own documents. Permit them to mine in the streets. They come to our office to come and say it.
The unregulated sand mining in Igbomo community has led to visible environmental damage, including land erosion, the formation of hazardous pits, and danger to community infrastructure. Residents of the area raised concerns about the long-term impact of these activities, citing safety risk, restricted movement, and a potential threat to human habitation if the mining continues unchecked.
This road now coming, you're supposed to come straight like this. My road, you just come here before now. Wait, like this, like what? Like this, what? Show me. Chairman, not to go that side. Not to go that side. Just the people like they disappear. So from there. Yes. Look at what they're doing. This is the main road. This is the main road. That is why the road. This is the main road. This is the main road. Look at what they are doing now. So long. Let them come to the office. So, this pit must be sealed now.
The Edo State Ministry of Mining confirmed its ongoing collaboration with the task force to identify, inspect, and shut down all illegal mining operations across the state. The ministry reaffirmed that only operators with valid licenses and adherence to safety and environmental guidelines will be allowed to continue mining activities in the state.
They called me, say they call a press conference about this property. Will they give me? Understand? Say they come here, come do press conference. That is the community. Yes, community chairman said, I beg, I don't do here. Because it's same man 800 by 1,000. I they give Bobizwa. Okay, now the 800 already stop. Now, Bobizwa don't use about 10 feet.
40 feet.
More than 10 feet. More than 40 feet.
More than 40 feet.
Now, the thing they bring issue, they come. If this is collapse now, the whole community will get issues. That's why we don't come and go Abuja. And we the stated of the call.
And you cannot do the road again.
You cannot do the road again.
What's this sand collapse?
The
road is gone.
So the issue is I say, I get to actually do my thing. Bobizwa, our papa for the town. You understand? Our papa Bobizwa for the town. The only issue that they will call them, Joes, and they will come to us for office now. And office say, I want to give them only that today. But all of them come, both of them, they made it work. No one can stop our work. They already buy diesel for today. The person will be saying, they treat the same. I use one ticket square person.
But they will not do wrong.
Not do wrong. So, but they come. As when they come on, so make that they come office. They come to us for office. Now, otherwise we'll come back tomorrow, shut everything down.
The enforcement in Igbomo community along the Benin-Auchi Road bypass marks a continued effort by the Edo State government to protect communities from the harmful effects of illegal resource extraction and to promote sustainable environmental practices across mining operations in the state. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. Members of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals Development have reaffirmed their commitment to building a diversified economy where the solid mineral sector plays a more active role in national growth. They gave the assurance during a visit to the governor of Enugu State, Peter Umba. BeeTv News, Esoe Osemegi completes the report.
Nigeria's solid mineral sector has for decades remained unutilized despite its vast potential to transform the nation's economic reach in national resources. The sector currently contributes less than 3% to the country's GDP, far below its capacity. Its performance has been shifted by numerous challenges, including poor infrastructure, illegal mining activities, and lack of coherent policy framework to drive sustainable growth. As part of their oversight duties, members of the Senate Committee on Solid Mineral Development visited Enugu to engage key stakeholders to assess the state of the sector force end. During a visit to Governor Peter Mba, the committee chairman emphasized the importance of strategic collaboration with state government to revive and reposition the sector.
I feel that it is quite important that we come here and see for ourselves, compare notes, and then share in the huge objectives that the sector presents.
Governor Mba commended the senators for their initiative stress, saying that the sub-national government must be meaningfully involved in the renewed effort to unlock the potential of solid minerals in the state.
Solid mineral holds a very huge economic opportunity for this country, particularly when we think or talk about economic diversification. I'm sure that you would ensure that there's a lot of more state inclusion.
In a separate interview, the committee members outlined a new approach, including legislative reforms and institutional partnership to drive tangible outcomes.
Best, we can harness these nature's blessings to Nigeria. And I must tell you, that is the next alternative way of diversifying our economy.
This is one sector that will be well driven through collaboration, and we are passing on the message. We're looking at gaps which must be filled.
The team also held interactive sessions with community leaders and local stakeholders seeking grassroots input to inform policies tailored to the sector's reality. As Soher Osemeki reporting for BeeTv News.
The federal government says it is committed to reducing cancer-related death through investment in the health sector cancer centers, of course, across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, and support for the development of national nuclear medicine guidelines. Again, Esoy Osemegi has details.
Cancer is a major public health concern in Nigeria as thousands of lives are lost every year. The National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment says cancer leads to an estimated 72,000 deaths annually and more than 102,000 new cases every year. In order to reduce the mortality rate, promote early detection, and expand access to treatment of cancer, the federal government, through the National Cancer Control and Nuclear Medicine Program and National Nuclear Medicine Technical Working Group, have organized a workshop on the development of national nuclear medicine guidelines and policy. Speaking at the program, the Minister of State for Health, Isiah Kunle Salako, says the federal government is building new cancer centers across the 6 geopolitical zones and will be ready to work with the suggested guidelines of the technical committee in order to reduce the prevalence of cancer in the country.
Nuclear medicine has potentials not only for diagnostic purposes, also for treatment purposes. And it's also in cancers, in several other areas that nuclear medicine is applicable. The federal government made provision for construction of 6 cancer centers of excellence, 1 per geopolitical zone in Nigeria.
Other key players at the workshop commended the current administration for supporting the development of a national nuclear medicine guidelines.
Tinubu has made plans to establish nuclear medicine cancer centers and to ensure that both the principles and the policy and the guidelines of nuclear medicine.
Management of cancer, there are different modalities. What we are used to in part of the world is surgical. Somebody has breast cancer, you just go and remove it. But that is not the current trend, and that will not help most cancer. But there are other treatment modalities that are available, and key of it is nuclear medicine.
The event also featured the introduction of a new cancer screening kit in the country, and the minister says early detection can help in saving lives of the people. As Soher Osemeki reporting for BeeTv News.
And now let's talk business. Starlink, the satellite internet service operated by Elon Musk SpaceX, has officially resumed new customer activities in Nigeria. This follows a month-long suspension attributed to regulatory restrictions and limited network capacity, which had prevented new residential orders since November 2024. Let's now join BeeTv News God's Gift Omone for details and more from the business world.
According to recent updates, Starlink has now expanded its infrastructure and increased network capacity to meet growing demand. With these improvements, the company has reopened its online ordering system to allow new subscribers across Nigeria to purchase and activate their internet kits. The term activation refers to the complete onboarding process through which a customer orders, installs, and connects Starlink's satellite hardware, typically a dish, to begin receiving internet service. The earlier suspension prevented this process, leaving interested customers unable to access the service despite increasing demand in urban and rural communities. The resumption of services marks a significant step in expanding broadband access in the country, particularly in areas with limited fiber or cellular internet infrastructure. Meta Platform, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is in advanced talks with major private capital firms to raise up to $29 billion to support its artificial intelligence infrastructure push. According to sources cited by the Financial Times, Meta plans to raise $3 billion in equity and $26 billion in debt to fund the development of next-generation data centers in the United States. Private credit giants include Apollo Global Management, KKR, Brookfield, Cali, and PIMCO are reportedly involved in the discussions. The move is part of Meta's broader strategy to scale its AI's capabilities, including machine learning and data processing, as competition intensifies across the tech industry. If successful, the funding would mark one of the largest private capital deals in the tech sector, positioning Meta to significantly expand its AI infrastructure footprint. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has appealed to the federal government for financial and regulatory support to convert existing petrol stations into compressed natural gas (CNG) refilling centers. The call follows the rollout of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, which has been over 100,000 vehicles converted to CNG in the past year. As Nigeria aims to reduce its reliance on petrol and transition to cleaner, more affordable energy sources, IPMAN's request underscores the logistical and financial hurdles that stakeholders must overcome to achieve a sustainable nationwide CNG network. Prominent Nigerian businessman and elder statesman Aminu Al-Hassan Dantata has died at the age of 94. His death occurred after a brief illness and was confirmed by family associates and members of the Nigerian business community. Dantata, a highly respected figure in the country's commercial and philanthropic circles, was a central figure in the growth of Nigerian commerce throughout the post-independence era. He played a pivotal role in expanding his family's business legacy and was known for his contributions to various sectors, including construction, trading, and agriculture. Dantata's passing marks the end of an era in Nigerian business history. He is remembered not only for his success in enterprise, but also for his leadership, philanthropy, and contributions to national development. And that is from the business world. God's Gift Omone, reporting for BeeTv News.
Indeed, that's an end to an era there. Now let's take you to the global scene now, where Tehran had a state funeral for around 60 people, including senior military commanders and nuclear scientists killed in the 12-day conflict with Israel. Also, celebrities gathered in Venice to attend Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez wedding. Let's join BeeTv News Harmony Agbafo for details.
A state funeral was held in Tehran for about 60 people, including top military commanders and nuclear scientists killed during the 12-day conflict with Israel. Among them was Mohammad Bagheri, Iran's highest-ranking military officer, killed with his wife and daughter in an Israeli strike. The conflict ended after the U.S. bombed key Iranian nuclear sites. Iran reported 627 deaths, while Israel reported 28. Former U.S. President Donald Trump threatened more strikes and criticized Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, halting sanction relief talks after Khamenei's remarks. Celebrities, reality stars, royals, and other A-listers flocked to Venice for the extravagant wedding of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and TV presenter Lauren Sanchez. Famous faces like Oprah Winfrey, Orlando Bloom, Kylie Jenner, and Ivanka Trump were seen enjoying the picturesque streets and canals of the Italian city on Thursday and Friday. The lavish 3-day event is set to conclude with a grand party on Saturday celebrating the couple alongside hundreds of guests. However, the spectacle sparked protests from local residents and climate activists who voiced concerns about over-tourism and the environmental impacts. Sanchez, 55 years, wore an elegant lace Dolce & Gabbana haute couture gown and was seen beaming beside a jubilant Bezos, 61 years, after the ceremony, which took place on the scenic island of San Giorgio. About 200 guests attended the intimate ceremony, which featured a performance by Matteo Bocelli, son of famed tenor Andrea Bocelli. While the exact cost of the wedding remains undisclosed, estimates suggest it ranged from $20 million to over $50 million. Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo have signed a peace deal in Washington aimed at ending decades of conflict and securing U.S. access to valuable minerals. The agreement calls for the disengagement, disarmament, and conditional integration of armed group operations in eastern DR Congo, but leaves many details vague. A major point of tension is Rwanda's refusal to agree to a full troop withdrawal, instead insisting on the term disengagements. Both countries continue to deny supporting rival militias, despite strong evidence linking Rwanda to the M23 rebels. While leaders, including US President Donald Trump, praised the deal as a historic breakthrough, key questions remain over whether rebel forces will withdraw, if refugees can return, and how lasting peace will be enforced on the ground. Chef Vijay Kumar from a small village in Tamil Nadu won the 2025 James Beard Award for Best Chef in New York State. His restaurant Sema celebrates authentic Tamil village cuisine, moving beyond typical North Indian dishes common abroad. Kumar's cooking is inspired by his childhood memories of simple, soulful meals made by his mother and grandmother. His journey from Chennai to New York reflects resilience and cultural pride, turning dishes once seen as symbols of poverty into celebrated culinary arts. Sema has earned a Michelin star and top rankings, marking a major recognition for South Indian cuisine on the global stage. And that is all from the global scenes. Harmony Agbafor reporting for BeeTv News.
And now talking sports, Tunisia's coach has issued a strong warning to the Super Falcons team ahead of their WAFU clash. Tunisia women's national team coach Kamat Sadar has admitted that Nigerian Super Falcons remain the continent's most formidable side, but they are beatable as he prepares his team for a difficult Group B opener at the 2024 Total Energies CAF Women's African Cup of Nations WAFU in Morocco. Let's now join BeeTv News of Freema Osawe, who has more on this and other sports stories.
Tunisia, who reached the quarterfinals in the last edition of WAFCON in 2022, have been drawn in what many consider the group of death alongside Nigeria, Algeria and Botswana. The tactician acknowledged the formidable quality of Nigeria's nine-time champions and described the group as one of the most competitive in the tournament. The tactician acknowledged the formidable quality of Nigeria's nine-time champions and described the quality as one of the most competitive in the tournament. Despite the daunting task ahead, Sadar remains optimistic, emphasizing that Tunisia's approach will be match by match, focusing on tactical discipline, mental strength, and physical conditioning. The Tunisia GAF is also banking on the experience of his veteran players to guide the newer generation and inspire them with the mental toughness required to compete at the highest level. League One rejects PSG request to postpone League One opener against Luz Castro Nantes. European champions PSG PSG have sought a postponement of their opening match of the season against Nantes. The Professional Football League LFP has rejected PSG's request to postpone their League One opener against Nantes on August 17. PSG had hoped for more rest after the Club World Cup. Again, they would be exhausted for the first match of the season. However, LFP has not granted their request. The LFP dismissed PSG request, citing the already packed schedule for the upcoming season as the season for not scheduling the Nantes game and reported by Ebola. However, PSG have expected to push the issue again if they reach the final of the Club World Cup, hoping to reach an agreement with the French football governing body. Former Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag, who was appointed head coach of Bayer Leverkusen just over a month ago, is reportedly planning to retain Super Eagles striker Victor Boniface, despite recent speculation about his possible exit. Boniface's future had the Bundesliga club has been uncertain in recent months following an injury-hit season and Leverkusen's tactical shift. However, according to Bundesliga insider, Ten Hag is keen to test a new two-man strike partnership involving Boniface and Czech forward Patrick Schick during pre-season. And that's it on Sport News tonight. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And with that sports report, we call it a wrap on our news tonight. Thank you so very much for being a part of our weekend file. We'll see you again on Monday. My name is Best Orito, and from all of us, it's good night.